Music has existed in one way or another for over 30,000 years. Archaeologists discovered that early Neanderthals were able to create simple flutes, and artificial wear and tear in caves suggests that cave dwellers may have used stalagmites and stalactites as some of the first percussion instruments. By early antiquity, a multitude of civilizations had well established the idea that music can have medicinal effects. Ancient Egyptians thought that their gods gave them music so they could heal and purify their souls. The ancient Greeks connected music with the power to heal the body. Yet, music was not explored in greater detail with regard to its healing abilities until about 40 years ago. Music medicine has only begun to receive serious scientific consideration, with rigorous medical research beginning to build up in the late 1980s. This leaves the field unexplored and sparsely documented, a big issue considering how littered YouTube is with so-called music therapy, where videos advertise themselves as ways to boost your productivity, meditation, or even heal you somehow. The point is, I could probably sneeze in 432 Hz and attract at least a stadium's worth of viewers on YouTube, and yet there is still no clear consensus in the scientific community on whether or not music has any sort of physical effects. Whether or not there are any universal cues in music remains a very controversial topic in the musicology and psychology communities. Most musicology experts agree that emotional response to music is dictated by culture. That is, different societies have different associations with different sounds depending on conditioning, which occurs at a relatively early age on a societal level. An Inuk whale hunter is highly unlikely to appreciate the resolution of an authentic cadence the same way you, as a Western listener, are unlikely to understand the emotional content of this. How did that make you feel? Anxious? Relaxed? If you wish to see the full performance, a link to the video can be found in this video's description. What I'm trying to say is, how you perceive music depends almost entirely on your collection of cultural capital, which you have been accumulating since childhood. The overall consensus is that different cultures have different definitions of music, and that music is by no means a universal language. For more information on why this is the case, feel free to pause and take a look at 12 Tone's video on that very subject. But I don't think that this should deter us from exploring other possibilities regarding the cultural phenomenon of music. After all, it's compelling to think that after thousands of years of evolution, tens of which took place alongside music, perhaps there really are some musical cues Homo sapiens respond to universally. Even if there are truly no parameters which all music shares in common, there are still studies which show that music in general has profound psychological effects. In fact, it's old news that music can activate pleasure centers as well as solicit a neural response similar to that experienced through the intake of food or drugs. Though we may not be able to prove that music can heal the sick, we can still explore the meaning and emotional effects of certain kinds of music in their cultural and historical contexts.